sunflower. The day had started like any other, but for me, it felt like the end of the world. I rubbed my eyes and stared hard at the B grade written in red at the top of my test paper. I could not believe what I was seeing. I had never scored below an A grade before. My chest tightened as disappointment weighed heavily on me. How could I fare so poorly this time? I muttered under my breath. Negative thoughts began flooding my mind, taunting me relentlessly that I was a failure and that I would never live up to expectations again. After school, I reluctantly dragged my feet and trudged home at a snail's pace. Each step felt heavier than the last. My mind kept replaying gloomy scenes of my mother's disappointed look and reaction. I had always been the top student in class, yet somehow it had never crossed my mind to be thankful for my achievements. Today, it felt as though all my hard-earned achievements had been reduced to dust in a single moment. The neighborhood park loomed ahead, with its playground already bustling with cheery, excited young children. Their shrieks of laughter pierced the air, but instead of cheering me up, they only deepened my sense of misery. Usually, I would avoid the park at all costs, but that day, my feet felt so heavy, as if there were weights tied around them. Almost against my will, I slowed to a halt. Sitting on a familiar wooden bench was an old lady. I had seen her countless times before. She always sat in the same spot, greeting people who walked by with a radiant smile that seemed to light up her wrinkled face. But there was something else that caught my attention that day. Resting gently on her lap was a sunflower, its vibrant yellow petals glowing like a patch of sunshine. It stood out vividly against the dull colors of the park, almost as if it carried its own light. Somehow, the old lady's calm presence made me stop in my tracks. The old lady's gaze met mine, and she gestured warmly for me to take a seat beside her. I hesitated, but before I knew it, I had slumped down on the bench, burying my face in my hands. "Bad day?" she asked in a voice as gentle as the rustle of leaves. I nodded, reluctant to speak. She chuckled softly, then added, "When life feels heavy, it helps to think about all the little things we can be thankful for." I lifted my head slightly, one eyebrow raised in puzzlement. Thankful? How could I possibly be thankful when I had just ruined my perfect streak of A's? The old lady seemed to read my mind. She pointed to the sunflower on her lap. "Look at this sunflower. Even though it faces storms and rain, it still turns toward the sun. It chooses to find the light." I gazed at the sunflower, noticing how bright and cheerful it looked. A strange warmth spread in my chest as I pondered over her words. Could I really choose to see the brighter side, even now? She continued. "Being thankful is not about ignoring your problems. It's about remembering and being thankful for what you still have. Your health, your family, your friends, and the chance to try again. Being thankful is like the sunlight. It can chase away even the darkest clouds." Her kind, encouraging words sank in. I thought about Mother waiting at home with a comforting meal, my friends who often studied with me, and the supportive teachers who taught me patiently every day. Slowly, the suffocating weight of failure began to lift from my chest. Perhaps my test score today was not the end of the world after all. The old lady smiled, her eyes twinkling brightly. She pressed the sunflower gently into my hands. "Take this. Whenever you feel lost, let it remind you to keep turning toward the light and to keep being thankful." My fingers clutched tightly around the stalk, and for the first time that day, I smiled back at her. It was amazing how a simple flower could hold such a powerful meaning. As the evening sun dipped low in the sky, I stood up, sunflower in hand, feeling lighter than ever before. "Thank you," I whispered. She nodded, her warm smile glowing brighter than the fading sunlight. Walking home, I realized that being thankful was not something reserved for perfect moments. It was a choice, a way to face the world even when things went wrong. That meeting in the park had turned what had seemed like a hopeless day into one of the most heartwarming and encouraging memories of my life.